right, now we'll go into the Dow Jones. So DJIA means Dow Jones Industrial Average. It was created by journalists Charles Dow and Edward Jones to serve as a simple benchmark for the health of the U.S. economy. It was first published in 1896 and expanded to 30 stocks in 1928. And the number 30 is still maintained today. So it is a reflection of large blue chip U.S. companies. So how the Dow Jones determines its company weighting is different compared to the S&P 500 and NASDAQ. It is price weighted, meaning stocks with higher share prices have a greater influence on its average as opposed to market cap. So we discussed a little bit about the fact that S&P 500 uses market cap, while Dow Jones uses price weighting. But what market cap means is share price multiplied by the number of shares on the market. And Dow Jones uses price, which is basically what the share price is. So they do have some commonality with share price. It's just with market cap, as far as S&P 500 and NASDAQ, how they make their determination is that the number of shares on the market are also going to be a factor, whereas the Dow Jones doesn't seem to care about the number of shares. So here's some rules to get into Dow Jones and stay with the Dow Jones. So the companies are selected by a committee for reputation and growth, so there's no strict rules quite like they do in the S&P 500. Like one example is the market cap. Having 20.5 billion in market cap is not needed for the Dow Jones. But one of the more difficult parts of getting into the Dow Jones is you need to be considered a blue chip company, and that means that you're a large company, been established for some time, and you also pay a dividend. And we haven't really gotten into dividends too much, but essentially you can think of it as like profit sharing, sort of. It's essentially a percentage of your shares of stock will also start paying out every quarter some money back to you. So that's what a dividend is. And it's a nice way for maybe even retirees to have money in their pockets, that they need to live. And so some people want that too, even if they're accumulating wealth and not retired yet. So Dow Jones gives you that kind of stability as one way to look at it. And another rule of the Dow Jones is there's specific removal triggers. And one example is a company will be removed from the Dow Jones if, say, it eliminates its dividends, because that's one of the requirements. So here's the Dow Jones company list. Since there's 30 of them, I can fit them on a screen. And as you can see, they tend to have a greater weighting percentage versus S&P 500, which makes sense in that case because 30 companies instead of 500. 30 companies are going to have a lot more weight to them. So the first item is Goldman Sachs, and then you have Caterpillar, then Microsoft, American Express, Home Depot, and so on down the list. I was also going to point out too that you can see NVIDIA on this list as well. It doesn't have as high of a rating because, again, NVIDIA is number one for the S&P 500 because that's based on market cap, whereas this is based on price. And generally your price will continue going up more over time, which I think is why the Dow Jones bases it on price weight. It's because they've been established for some time, and usually the price will go up and up and up over time, assuming that there's going to be stock splits here and there that will make the price go back down, but then usually it'll go back up in price again. So NVIDIA just hasn't had maybe enough time yet, but maybe eventually they'll climb up the list and have a high price to get number one on the Dow Jones list.